Hello everyone. I'm gonna take a walk around the campsite, then I go to the lake. We can rant about all the things that happened yesterday. That's a mirage, I think, that's coming over. Well, as you can see, it's very busy at the campsite currently. Some people left yesterday because of... No, they left this morning because of all the chaos that we had yesterday. So I wrote about on Twitter and made some videos here on YouTube. We had a bit of rain the last 2 days. A bit much rain. And the first day everything was okay, but the second day, so yesterday things went wrong. We had power outage after power outage, and well, of course, the first thing the campsite owner did was come to me and told me that my cable was bad. I looked at it. I had something like, what, my cable is bad? You're talking to the biggest nerd of the campsite. But okay, let's check it. So I unplugged everything. No power. Unplugged the cable that wasn't connected to anything except for the junction box. No power. Then all of a sudden we had power, and then he plugged in my cable, which again wasn't connected to anything. The power went out. That's weird. So I took my multimeter, made my measurements. Nothing wrong with that cable. Then he told me, I have another cable for you. You can take that for a couple of days and sort your problems out. Okay. Why not? I'm not struggling that much. Besides that, I know the people very well. We're sort of friends. So let's do it. So he comes along with his cable, plugs the cable in. It wasn't even connected. Poof! All power went out. Well, that's weird, right? Still, he wasn't convinced of all the things I told him about the power problems at this campsite. I mean, it's nothing new. I've been coming here for years and there's always a problem. Then he turned his attention to my junction box. Not my junction box, but the one that provides my plot and 3 others with power. And he figured around and nothing wrong with the thing. It got renewed 2 years ago, and to be honest, it looks better than it was. It has the normal fuses, 10 amps, so I already used that 3 times when I forgot to turn down the heating before I switched on my air fryer. Weirdly, most of the junction boxes are locked, so if you for some reason in the middle of the night are like me and like to make some food, overpower the thing and the fuse goes out, that's electronic fuse, then you can't switch your power on without calling them. Okay, fine. I don't know why they do that, but that's not up to me. Mine is not locked, so I didn't have that problem. Well, anyway, it has those 10 amp switches secure for security, so nothing burns down, and it has earth fault switches, 1 per box. As we were playing around and the power kept getting off and out and out, I went with him to the main power distribution that they have here. How am I gonna do this? I wanted to go to the other side. The river has swollen and I want to see if the overflow into the lake is currently working. I have no idea how high it is. Come on, guy, you can do it. Sort of. Made it. Well, anyway, so I went to the main distribution center and what's that? Fish? Did you guys see that? Stop interrupting me. I was telling a story. Very interesting story, maybe. Oh, that must be frogs or something. Anyway, and then I found out that the problem was, well, one of the problems was that if they try to switch on the power, the main earth fault, which is 300 milliamps for the complete campsite, went out and turned off the power. That's not good. So we played around with that for a while, and then they had another junction box at the other side of the same building, but in another room, one that I didn't know about. And there we found 4 groups. So the campsite is divided into 4 separate groups, so-called lines. And well, anyway, we switched them all off. I mean, there wasn't any power anyway. Then we turned the earth fault switch on, stayed on, and then we switched the groups on one by one. And then we found one group that tripped the earth fault. So my best guess is they have a water problem. But okay, so be it. That's not something I can solve, but helping identify the problem won't be much trouble. So we thought the problem was solved, that line or group, I'm not gonna swim, so let's turn around. That line or group wasn't inhabited, so nobody was camping in the plots that were connected or in the mobile homes that were connected, so we left it up, we left it switched off, and all seemed fine. So I returned to my caravan, had the heating on because it was cold, and I had wet feet, which is terrible for me at the moment. Okay, after 10 minutes, power out. Well, okay, so the fix we thought would fix it, didn't fix anything at all. So we went back. People fishing there, okay. So we went back to the switch box and tried a couple of things, but we really couldn't solve it. He was very afraid that some customers would be pissed off because they kept calling him. Rightly so. I get that. Where do we continue? Yeah, he was again concentrating on my caravan and his cable, and he decided that it was the best that my switch box was given up on for some reason. I mean, the power went out, but all the fuses were okay, and the earth switch was also still engaged. I told him that, but good, not everybody knows how that stuff works. So he took my cable, actually his cable, which I used. That was a frog. Plugged it into another distribution point, and all should be well. Well, I did not turn my heating on anymore because I didn't know what to do either. I went to bed early. I took an extra blanket because it was 13 degrees Celsius, which again is a bit too low for me in my current state. And I went to bed, and actually I had a pretty good night. Then I woke up in the morning and I looked out the window and I saw 2 people, namely the owner and one of his employees, fiddling around with my connection box again. For some reason, I can't talk him out of it. Anyway, they've been busy there for an hour and then went away. And I did my own things, being not the things that I planned. I wanted to clean up a little, and the same guy that's fishing again. I went to clean up a little, but only half of what I should, and yeah, that's okay. I don't really mind. It looks better now than it did the day before. Okay, that's my best excuse that I can make up at the moment. Anyway, I went out to bring my trash away this evening, and I met the female owner who speaks a little bit English. And about that, one other little story. And I asked her, did you solve the problem with the electricity? No, there was nobody available to help out, and it didn't fix anything. And well, I told her, let's hope it's not gonna rain. Yeah, no, it won't rain. Let's look at the sky a little. Does that look clear to you? It doesn't to me. Look. So let's hope for the best. I'm out in the field. I shut off the caravan, closed up the caravan, and the heating is on, so can warm up a little before I lose power again. So I don't know what the dealio is here. She told me that maybe on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, somebody would come over to check things out, but if they have water ingress on the main group or on one of the lines, one of the four, which takes out everything, then good luck with that. You won't find that in an hour. At least I don't think you can. Well, anyway, it's not my job to fix that, but of course it's very inconvenient if you're on a campsite in May and spring screws up. Because to be honest, it's not very warm, especially in the evening and at night. But as if you watch some of my videos, you also know that I don't care that much. As long as I find a way to survive, that's okay. The only problem that I had today was that I have an EcoFlow, a 1 kilowatt hour battery backup station that I can use to charge my things, keep the lights on. But turning the heater on is a bit too much for the thing, because 1 kilowatt hour connect let's say 500 watts of heating. That's 1 hour and no, that's not 1 hour, that's 4 hours and you're done. But at 500 watt heating isn't much. So I can also hook up 1300 watt heating, and then you're done in a little over an hour. But of course you have to keep the lights on too, and the fridge running and stuff like that. So it isn't enough. I have to fix that. I won't do that this year, because personally I do not expect the cold stays that long. And yeah, well, it's not for free, right? Where do we go? An extra battery costs around 800 euros, and I need a special cable for that I could either try to make myself, which I maybe can, but it's cumbersome, so I might have to order one, and that sets me back, why? Another 90 euros. The last time I tried to make a jump with the bad knees of mine, that went really south. So let's just carefully try to go around this. Yeah. Anyway, that will a 48 volt battery with 100 amp hour will upgrade my complete EcoFlow to around 5000 watt hour, which is 5 times as much as I have now. So that will maybe fix some issues should anything happen, because power outage for a few hours, that's normal here in France. But the amount of time it took yesterday was too long. Then also I found out this morning, I was out of power. I had still something in my battery bank left, but it wasn't much. I think I had an hour left or so. I was already thinking about charging it in my car, but that's only 80 watts, so that's not enough. I can fix that too. Anyway, I was running out of battery power, and I did some checks and I still had no power, and that was a bit strange because the two people who were trying to fix some things had left, and yeah, I didn't really trust it. So I checked my cable, which is not mine, and they unplugged me for some stupid reason. Maybe they did that during troubleshooting. That's something I would do, and forgot maybe to connect me up again. So I connected everything. I was back on power. I charged my EcoFlow with 1300 watts, which I normally won't do. There's a beaver. And all was good today. Now how things are going on later on, I don't know. There he is. I don't think you can see him on the camera. Always fails. It's not a very big one. But as you can see, the damage they do, they're just eating everything here. So that's that. Ah yeah, that other little story. I was trying with the campsite owner. I was talking with him, trying to determine the problems, but my French is minimal and his English is less than that. So I asked, he was pointing out some people, blah blah, and I said, do they know English? Yeah, oui. Oh, okay. So we went over there, and two people sitting there, and I asked them, do you speak English? Oh, then both mouths together. No! Well, that was clear. Is that the beaver or is it the tree? I think that's the beaver. Yeah, must be. He's watching me. Okay, bye. I'm going. Don't mind. So that was yesterday. It was a mess. And the night, and I was wet. And I took a drive with him on the golf cart that they have in the middle of the night, and it was raining cats and dogs, and he didn't have any light. I brought a flashlight. So for my own security, I lighted out the road in front of him. Maybe he can drive around blindly, I don't know, but I didn't feel very secure. The fisher guy seems to go away. So it was a big adventure yesterday. And to be honest, it keeps things lively. So yeah, it was cold, yeah, I was wet, yeah, it was inconvenient. But on the other hand, I had my adventure, and that's not bad at all, I think. So you're thinking what I'm doing now? I was trying to go to the place where the river can overflow in this lake, or vice versa. Mostly it's the rain. It's the river that overflows into the lake. I think that's always the case, to be honest, whilst I'm thinking about it. But as you noticed before, too much water, I couldn't reach it, so no running around the river or the lake. I didn't plan on doing so, but now I have to go to the other side of the overflow, which isn't a bad thing. Taking a walk in the evening is good for everyone, if you can walk. Keeps you warm also. It's not that cold today, and due to an infection I had some problems with heat the past 2 weeks. I was freezing with my jacket on and the heating on 30 Celsius, which is ridiculous. But anyway, that was the case. And on Monday things got a little bit better. And yesterday it was sort of okay. Unless of course you run around with wet shoes. And I didn't have an extra pair. I mean, I do have an extra pair of shoes with me, but that's for fishing. And they went wet the day before and didn't dry up in time. So yeah. Let's look at the river here without falling into some puddle, which I'm very good at, to be honest. Would be very nice to take my kayak and go down the river. Especially over there, because if the water is low, it's impossible to do that because the water will be on the left side of the river and drag you instantly into the trees. I've seen that last year. But there's a big problem. There's nobody around to pick me and my kayak up. And trying to pedal up this stream, no, that won't work. At least not for me with my kayak. And if I could come around 100 meters, then that's it. So that's a no-go. Not gonna do it. I tried to fish today a little bit. That sort of went way better than the day before. But then it takes two to tango, me and the fish. I didn't see any fish, nothing at all. So yeah, I used a spinner. Normally you see the fish everywhere, especially in these conditions. But there's nobody around. Maybe it's too early in the year. I don't know. I'll find that out in June, maybe. I could, of course, try to catch some catfish because high water is always good for catching catfish. But I'm not really in the mood to sit on the river that long. And by the looks of it, the overhang is not reachable. Or is it? I do not want to risk falling into the water. I have other clothes, that's not a problem, but it's very inconvenient if I did that. Oh, be careful, dude. Be careful. I know what's gonna happen. I can circumvent this puddle and then get in trouble at the next one. Maybe. How far do I get anyway? How far do I want to go? That's another question. Do I want to go through there? That's not an option. This is kind of stupid. It's a kind of stupid. Didn't Queen make a song about that? It must be magic. Don't worry, that's all that. Me and the everything breaks off here. Me in the bush. I like that. If it's a little bit warmer. Don't fall. Made it. Look, there's been a horse here. Oh, come on. I kid you not. I could take my car. But then I think that's a very bad idea. We try that way. Well, why not? I had some adventure yesterday. Let's add some more today. Never been here before. But there could be snakes. Yeah, there could be. I know there are snakes around here, but they are in the river, water snakes. I haven't seen any snakes on the land around here. Who are you? Somebody is digging some holes here. Has been digging some holes here. Anyway, I should not lose my way. But I'm sort of lost already. Who cares? Looks like an open field and I will reach the overlap anyway. There's no other way. Oh, there it is. The overflow. And somebody's gone before me. This is not very ideal. Because I wanted to look at it on the roadside. If you can call that a road. I've been there once with my mighty Toyota Avensis. I won't do it again because the other side of the road which blocked me off from getting there at the moment is the part where I don't think I can drive this year. I did that last year. Well, no, 1.5 years ago I did that. I'm not so sure this is a good idea. But good ideas are for the weak, so... Any water? No. Yoppa! Don't laugh if I fall. Even if that's a self-inflicted issue. Which it probably will be. Well, there's the overflow. Now let's try to get to the road again. The water is, as far as I know, still on its highest mark, which was 1 meter high, 1 meter above zero, and zero is not empty. Oh look, it's free. Yeah, it needs a little bit more. All those flies. Go away. Leave me alone. Oh, okay. That needs another 3 or 4 meters. So 10 to 13 feet. Oh no. That might need 2 meters. Well, cool. Anyway, been here, done that. So, since I went to the bush, or through the bush to get here, let's see if I can do the same thing the other way around. If not, it's a long way back. You see, driving here with a Toyota Avensis, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. Although I still might try, because that's how I am. If I look at it, should be possible. Should be. Getting stuck out there will be very expensive. That's the border of the campsite. And no, you can't just walk over there and then think you're getting anywhere. Oh look, I'm not the first one trying to circumvent this. Somehow. That's not an option. Maybe this is. Come on, go with me. Will be fun, they said. Ooh, be careful. Be very careful. Well, nobody said this will be easy, so why not? This is unknown territory to me. I'm still convinced this isn't a very wise thing to do. But Everybody who knows me will tell you I'm not wise anyway. So, yeah, I think this is somewhat problematic. There's sort of no way out. Now I'm stuck here forever. Oh boy. Uh-oh, now I'm in trouble. I hope they don't have black bears around here. Why did I even think I could go here? Well, it's simple. Now I am here. And I want to go out. Everything you touch, of which you think it can hold you, breaks. Didn't Kim Wilde go to Cambodia? Yeah, this is... here, look. I think I had to hold. I don't. That will break too. Let's take two. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. But also, I'm almost there. No hold, nothing at all. Take the long way home. I think I can make it. That doesn't mean I could make it, or can, or will. People only do this if you, like me, don't know what you're doing. Or maybe you think you know what you're doing. The end is near. There's nothing to hold on here. Careful. Step by step. Oh baby. I'm in a kind of mood song. I don't know why that is. It has been for weeks. So don't bother me about that. That's just how it is. Well, I made it. The horse made it. But he got wet feet and I didn't. So that's a plus for me. Win-win. And I did not drop the camera. That's very good as well. Also, I wasn't in my kayak today for two simple reasons. One, I took the kayak from the bank of the river and dragged it up to my campsite because of expected high water. And two, it was up there and I didn't really think it would be wise to drag it down again and try my luck in the wild weather that I came across. The river rose about 1 meter and 30 centimeters, which is around 4 feet. A little less. And it's too wild for me and my kayak, just like the other place that we looked at. So, not a very good idea. If you're still watching this video, you're as stupid as I am. Why did I forget about the frogs? Now they are gone again. Maybe the next puddle. Maybe they fled. I don't know. Nobody here. Yeah, there was one and I saw him. It was a frog. Now I still don't have my feet wet So let's try in the last meter to keep it that way, and I did. I applaud myself for not getting my feet wet. Oh, you want to see? That's just a little bit moist from the grass and that too, but my feet are still dry. It's the other side of the camping. Or campsite in English. Languages are a problem for me at the moment because it's Dutch, English, German and petit peu France. Petit peu français all at once. So yeah, I mix things up a little bit. But now I'm warm. I ate my salad this evening and I still have some other stuff that I can cook in my air fryer, so don't you dare to forget to turn your heater off. That's a warning to myself that I will have forgotten in about 10 meters. Oh well, since I'm walking, let's walk up the road a little. I'm not done yet. Unfortunately, the cafeteria is closed. If it didn't, I would just order a beer. For me, myself and I. I can still get my feet wet if I want to. Well, I'm not gonna do that. Hopla. It's also wonderful that despite the skies being a little grey, it's still not raining. There's a little bit of rain in the forecast, but that's the forecast, and the forecast yesterday told me it would rain all day today, which it didn't, so we had a little small shower and some thunderstorms to the north and the east and the west, but nothing over the campsite, so that is sort of a good thing. Look at those fields, beautiful. That's the new storage area for the caravans. I leave my caravan at the campsite all year long. And so do, as you can see, a lot of other people. Some of those I know and some of those I don't. The area was over there, but during high water there was a risk of flooding over there. So what they did is they put the caravans up a little bit higher. If I look back, a little over a meter maybe. And the old storage area is now used as a living area for the campsite owners, personnel and their daughter. It looks good. I stayed there for a night 2 years ago almost, during an evacuation. Nothing wrong with that. It was a lot of work packing everything up, but we had a night time of our life together with all the people that were there. And afterwards, a few days later, we went out to have dinner somewhere nearby. I will remember that evening and that night forever. One of the best camping nights I've ever had around here. Although things aren't really bad. It's nice to be here, it's absolutely great. But sometimes you have those moments that are special and they will stay special. I won't mention a nice and shiny caravan. So that was more than enough. Yeah, I think it stays dry. Although you never know. I'm currently looking south, so all that stuff is coming from Marseille and the Mediterranean, which isn't very far away. What will it be? Maybe 100 kilometers or a little more. The rain bands that hit us over the past 2 days came from there as well. Over the Mediterranean, everything was clear, but as soon as that moist and relatively warm air mass hit land, it produced rain and thunder. Those are asperge fields. Of German it's called Spargel. In English maybe asperge. French is asperge, Dutch is asperge. Asperges, maybe. So maybe they have some drama going on. Not sure. Oh, let's go on. This is the main road to the campsite. Cheminée de Camping, or camping road, as they call it everywhere. I'm not going to go that far anymore because I want to cook some stuff. Ah yeah, very cool. Also today a couple of people left because of the power problems yesterday, which is okay, I do understand, partly. But then another couple came today. First they blocked me going off the campsite, then I gave him room. They passed me, which was okay, in the direction of my caravan, which is still okay. A lot of places over there. Then I came back and I found my main route to my caravan blocked by that same camper van. Well, it looked a bit weird, but okay. I turned around, took another road. Then I was at my own place and I noticed that those people were actually camping in the middle of the road. Why would you do that? So many spots and they were in the middle of the road, my road. So I went over there, ignorant as I can be, thinking they might not know that they are in the middle of the road. So I went over there in my best French. I told them, you're in the middle of the road. Yeah, you know, in French. I asked them if they speak English. Yes, he did. Fine, so I said, you're in the middle of the road. That's my main road. Why are you camping there? Well, it's only for one night. You tell me. It's only for one night. Is that a good excuse to block my access road? Now, I will not make a drama out of it, because I have two ways to get out of my campsite. But the problem is, or slight problem, if I want to go out now, I have to reverse and turn my car around. Yeah, it's minor. I know, inconvenient, but it is what it is. I think tomorrow I will, in the evening, go to a big city and rob a bank. It's only once, you know. Am I ranting too much? No, I'm just talking too much. But why not? You can always skip the stupid video. What are we looking at? Is that I guess? I'm not sure. No, it's not. Well, if you have a plan on going to a nice place in France, not too high, not too low, not too busy, then come to the Ardèche. If you want it busy, you go to Vallon-Pont d'Arc, that's world famous. If you want it less busy, then come to this place. I'm upstream from Bollène. Well, a little bit further upstream from Bollène, we have Pont Saint-Esprit here. That's the nearest town on the Ardèche River. And that's also the spot where the Ardèche River flows into the mighty Rhone River. And the Rhone River at this point isn't that mighty as you might think. I did not really look up what kind of constructions they built, but if you go north in the region of Lyon, it's shippable, but here it's absolutely not, only for maybe small boats and kayaks. And if you want it really quiet, then stay away in August. Early spring can be very cool, as it's not too warm. It can also be very hot. I mean, if I'm looking at my camping adventures here in the month of June, which is my normal camping area or season, then it can get very hot. That's still not the high season, so not many people around. But it can be up to 30 or 40 degrees easily in June. And today is May the 5th, so my normal vacation starts June 6th. That means that's 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks from now, not ago. So the weather can change dramatically. I've also been here in September a couple of times. Then the weather is a little bit like this, but it can be worse too. Like I said, 1.5 years ago I was evacuated from the campsite with my caravan because of the risk of high water. To me that looked like the classical end of summer lightning storms. Also it turned out to be the last really active thunderstorms for the season. We got evacuated. The day afterwards I went to the river to see it. It rose about half a meter, and I'm 5 meters above the river, more or less 4 or 5 meters. So we didn't really have to evacuate, but I was just being a nice guy. They told us in the afternoon to pack everything up and make us ready to be evacuated, just in case. And then in the evening at 8 p.m. or so, they came by and asked us, we're only a couple of people, if we would like to come with them up the campsite, evacuate everything, just in case, because it would not be very much fun to do that in the middle of the night. And I agree with that. I mean, I had packed up everything anyway, so hook the caravan up and drag it away. Not a very big problem. And like I said, I had a really fantastic evening and night. Not the things you guys think. And the next day we were brought back to the place. But I only stayed for another 3 days because my vacation ended at a certain date. And yeah, that'll be it. Those past few days were cold and rainy and yeah, full autumn. Still nice to be here. I did not unpack my stuff anymore because for those 2 or 3 days it was just too much work. Besides that, my setup was different from what I got now. I had a kind of patio that you have to build up during heavy rain wind events. It has the risk of getting totally destroyed, which happened last year. We had a wind gust of about 11 or 12 meters per second and it didn't stand it, so the whole metal part of it, the framing, broke. I managed to fix it for a while. So it has been there for the rest of the vacation, maybe 2 weeks. And I still got everything. The big cloth or the roof did not tear or so, just the metal framing. I bought a new one, but I also bought an awning and yeah, my new canopy is still at home. I didn't bring it with me. I built up my awning, which I did last year September too. It's an old one, it's a bit leaky. I can fix all that things. And I will maybe fix all that. I'm sure I'm gonna fix all those things this vacation. Vacation, excuse me, I'm not really on vacation here. I'm here for medical reasons at the moment. But anyway, I will try to fix all the stuff on my awning, or most of it at least. The leaking is a very easy fix to do. You just have to do it. It takes you half an afternoon or more. Not a big deal. The restaurant is closed because there's nobody around who wants to have a bite or a drink. What a pity. I would like to have a nice cold beer for myself alone there. I think if I ask, I can get it for free, but I won't ask for that. It was a pleasure to help everybody out yesterday. More frogs over here. Pretty cool. So, this wasn't just a normal video, this is a kind of vlogging. I see my battery is almost gone, which it already was before I started. I charged it up to 45% or so. Now it will die very soon. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow. As I said, today not much happened. Somebody tried to fix the electric installation, which they didn't do. Or didn't manage to do, however. I'm gonna take the same route that I took on the way to the lake. And then I will copy this video to my tablet and upload it to YouTube without even bothering to edit anything out. Because that's just too much work. It's sort of doable on the tablet, but it's nothing fancy. For that you better use a real PC or a laptop. And I didn't bring either of those. You will never see me bring a complete PC with me. I might be a little bit crazy, but not that crazy. Normally I have laptops with me. I didn't do it this time because I can't use them anyway. Again, my hands are broken, I can't use a normal keyboard. And everything with a fan on it is forbidden too, because it sucks up all the dust that comes off my body at the moment. That needs to be fixed too, and it can still take a couple of weeks. So anyway, Germans, French people, and that guy on the end is troublesome. Born in the Netherlands, living in Germany, working for a Dutch company. But I'm, not me, if you're not talking about me. I am replaced to work for the big mother firm in Germany. So yeah, it's a bit mixed. And then I speak, of course, my native Dutch. I speak because I live there, German. But my whole life is English. Doesn't make things easy. And now I'm in France, with usually mostly French people. Well, anyway, we can go to the lake, to the river one more time, just for the fun of it. Look, I need to fix my damaged car. I've got everything at home, but I'm not at home, so I'm not gonna fix anything. All those shitty flies. Big question is, do I see any fish? Go away! Oh, it looks like the river has risen a little bit again. So it's still rising. Maybe those thunderstorms that I saw passing by to my west and the north did something. This is the general time the fish gets awake, sort of, and starts hunting for insects. Well, there are a lot of insects at the moment. Go away. I could try to fish, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. I've tried one time today and I haven't seen any fish, nothing. Normally in this water, if you use a spinner, you will always see fish at least following the thing. I mean, the water is murky, so you won't see the fish itself, but you will see it trailing the spinner or even bite it. But today it was nothing. So besides that, I cannot really fish for too long. It's bad for my hands. But I tried today and it was better than the day before. You see all those pesky whatever it is. It likes my sweaty head. Well, that will be all for today. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching, please do not like or subscribe. Do whatever you want. Yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.